Uh, my name is Tim Hotchkiss. I teach 5th and 6th grade science at Pomfret Community School, a small town in Pomfret, Connecticut. And I do a lot of programs with my kids. Some of the programs are robotic, and this is one of my robotic programs. We've been involved in it for about 10 years. It's been going on for about 10 years. And it's called Sea Perch, which is a remote operating vehicle. And it was basically started up at MIT because they noticed that there was a problem of not enough engineers and not enough people going into science. And so, like, we started out third in the world, and back in 1998, dropped to 17th, just science literacy and stuff. We'll need about 400, we should have about 400,000 engineers by this time. And that's a little bit of the background. So this thing was started to teach basically elementary, middle school, and high school kids how to do some engineering. Let me show you an example what one of them looks like. This is one that was finished. It has 3 motors. And this is one that we had to stop building because these other ones were a couple years old. So we built new ones because of COVID. So school stops before we were finished with it. The kids have to mount motors and they have to do some soldering to put the control panel together. I have a short video from the first year I was teaching this that I'd like to show. It's about 2 minutes long, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's from one of the local newspapers here. So I'm going to share my screen. I started this out with a lot of parent help, and I moved away from, I still get some parent help that'll cut because I do it after school. And let's see if this blows up. And one year, 8th graders teach to 6th and 7th graders how to do it. And then the kids actually run it. They put it together. They decide how the boats are going to run. So this is from the first year.
Wait, I'm not left-handed.
Totally out.
Dad.
I mean, I know a lot about science, it's just not relevant. Okay.
Is there a blog?
Yeah, there's a blog, Joe.
Yeah, we had to disconnect to it. Okay. Touch it to that one.
Okay, you're good.
You did good.
Oh, good. I think it's the big box. Yeah, the orange A4 and
The push button switches.
yeah, the push button
To
switches
the
to the circuit board, and then so that sticks in, and then
we move on to
make the motor.
So what happens with that little piece?
This goes into here.
Okay.
the box, and then you screw it, and
then you
put
screw
the
these
lid on.
This is the motor then?
Yes.
I love the collaboration.
That's that, as we've talked in the past, that's one of the big things I do with my students.
Battery,
I want them to problem solve, figure it out.
and that has
But you can see that this stuff is pretty complicated. There's one of the parents that came in to help me. All these kids are in college or they graduated 10 years ago. Some of them have already graduated from college. This one was done on a Saturday during winter break because it was our first year doing it. And so I brought in a lot of support to help me. And this parent, I believe, if I remember right, was an electrician.
Yeah, fold it in place because it'll move a little bit. Touch this against.
I'll bring it flat.
Not the most perfect.
So they're given enough guidance then to figure it out on their own.
The second you do that. The second you see the solder start to move a little bit.
That's easy. Okay. That seems a lot.
Going in the right direction.
If you want to wipe it off.
And I don't think we need to go to see the mini concert. So this is the website. It's changed over the last year or two. It used to be really complicated to get into and do stuff with. And it's hosted now by RoboNation. And we're going to have a 2021 Sea Perch season. I'm trying to get the kids together so we can work on that. I don't know how they're going to do it remotely yet. But these things are basically, to build the sea perch, then they compete with it. Students and teachers, we do collaborate. One of the wonderful things about this competition is I remember one time the kids forgot their tools on the bus, and this other team heard about it, so they gave us a whole bunch of tools to use until the bus driver returned and we got them. I mean, it's a constant helping. It's like we have extra motors, and if we hear someone burnt out a motor, we'll help them. But we're middle school. We were the first middle school, there was two of us one year and we were going against high school students. Then they opened it up to high school. And there's some of the programs. It works through STEM. Well, that's the other robot thing. So I'll go back to the website in a minute. I just want to talk about this program, how great it's been. It's hard for us because we don't have a pool, but the kids, the first couple of years, we're using kitchen sinks, the kitchen sink in the cafeteria after school. So we only had about this much room to work with, and these guys are doing it with pools. I'm going to show you a couple photographs from our last year doing it. And then we had one of the parents, they offered a pool. They had an indoor pool, so we used that for a couple of years. They're about a mile from the school, so it was really easy to get there after school and practice. There's a lot of great support. And it's really, it's been incredible. The kids take control of it. It's they'll put their subs together, and sometimes they don't work, and they have to go back and problem solve. There's been times that they forgot to charge their batteries because we use these. This is what drives the sub. They have to learn how to work together as a team. So they do their own picking who's on the teams, and they don't necessarily pick their best friends. They pick who they think is going to be the best driver or who's going to be the best solderer. So it's a real learning experience for these guys. Do you have any questions or anything? I don't want to go over my time because I've gone over my time every time, and I'm not going to do it this time.
You have 3 minutes left. You are not over your time, Tim.
All right. Let me show you a couple photographs.
What is
Okay,
your
this
biggest need right now, notwithstanding COV and those challenges? What is your biggest need right now? Because this is tremendous and it should go beyond where you're doing it.
I would like to see more schools get involved. It's incredible because a lot of these programs, you have more guys doing it or more boys. Actually, these teams are like 50-50, and if I do have more of one, it's usually girls. She was the captain for 2 years ago, and she was last year's captain.
Awesome.
And so the kids decide, and if the kids that are really motivated, and then they go down to the pool, and these are just some of the guys down there. This is a 6th grader that these 8th graders took under their wing to work with them. So there is a lot of collaboration with these kids.
And only in Connecticut right now?
No, it's all over. It's worldwide.
Okay.
It's worldwide. It's heavily supported in. You saw the photographs, right? I clicked
did.
those on. Okay, okay. They do have a program. Oh, that's not the program I want. But they do have a map, and you can see. I had it up earlier. It was going to be so cool. I was going to go straight to it, and as usual, nothing's working, or I can't. Oh, right there.
Welcome to my world. You're far cooler than I know, so don't you worry.
No, I don't know about that.
You have 1 minute left, so you're good, Tim.
Okay. I'd be more than willing to help anybody that's interested anywhere that would like to get involved in this. They have a sign up place, and you're put in touch with a person. Like we have a guy by the name of Greg Kane, who is in charge for Connecticut, or this part of Connecticut. There's now a sea perch team there's a sea perch group down on the other end of the state.
I'm right next to you in the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania, so I was just thinking about hopping over and learning from you a bit.
Sure. They've got programs in all over the United States. And you can just get in touch with them. They've been really good. If I need a piece of equipment, because we don't have time before the competition, the people running the competition have driven it up the school to give it to me. And when I got the order in, then I'd take it to them and I'd replace their supplies. So it's really supportive. And we have a lot of high school a lot of middle school, which is what I am, and quite a few high school schools doing it now too. But as I said, I don't know how it's going to run this year, so it's going to be interesting.
None of us do.
Tim, what is the best way for somebody to reach out to you if they are looking for some support or some advice from you on how to start their own classroom like this? I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, so it's second nature to you.
My email, if they would like to do that, which is Hotchkiss, HOTCHKISS .T at PomfretCommunitySchool.org.
That's a big long email. Or you can also write to Global Innovation Field Trip at gmail.com, and we'll be happy to connect you with Tim.
That's easier.
Yeah, a little easier to spell.
That's awesome. First I've seen it. You're wonderful.
Thank you. I think is this your third gift program, Tim?
This is my third.
All right. Well, we expect you back in January to talk to us a little bit more about what's going on after this. Everybody's back at school again. Well, maybe, probably not. But when school resumes, whether it's online or in person, January 16th and 17th.
It's going to be interesting.
All right, sir.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Say hi to Jake for me.
Will do.
Okay. Thank you very much. Nice seeing both of you.
Thanks.
Bye.